The new regulatory requirements also meant that companies turned to external resources for advice, counsel, and solutions. With regard to non-IT related expenditures on external resources, 3/4 of the expenditures went to consultants, followed by lawyers, coming to a total of just about $150 million. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is not a gearbox. Roughly half of issuers performed a gap analysis on their IT system, which you see in the first pie chart. Of those, roughly half hired external resources to do so, the second pie chart. The inner pie chart on the third wheel depicts what percent of companies spent the stated amount, and the surrounding donut chart depicts their relative share. Thus, 5% spent over $1 million on the IT gap analysis, which equated to 39% of the total expenditure for this task. In total, issuers spent almost $41 million on external help to complete this step. Companies, as this graph illustrates, pursued diverse IT strategies. While some already had systems in place, others got help. Notable is that more than half of issuers either had no IT needs or used in-house resources to adapt existing systems. One company that outsourced stated, "We utilized a full-service third-party provider to support the traceability process." One company that used internal existing resources reported they relied on extracts from their ERP system and Excel spreadsheets. Just about a fifth of companies bought or licensed a wholly new system or software. A company that adopted a mixed approach stated, "We use a third-party system for surveying suppliers and storing that data, and an internal system that takes in that data for analysis and reporting. Another outsourced tracking and modified its existing ERP system." And good news for EICC Jesse. 90% of issuers used their conflict mineral reporting template or a modified version thereof. In total, 37% of issuers used a commercially available conflict mineral data management system. Issuers referenced a total of 18 different IT platforms, a somewhat surprisingly large number of pertinent IT solutions currently out there. It is of course way too early to declare frontrunners. A point of differentiation is that while some platforms are turnkey outsourced operations, others are in-house solutions. Bravo and Agile are, for example, enterprise resource planning platforms. And here the breakdown of expenditure on the IT project element. While 30% of issuers spent nothing on IT, 41% spent less than $50,000. 2% splurged and acquired information technology over $1 million, which made up 33% of the total expenditure. In total, companies spent just about $100 million on the IT project component. How does the expenditure on IT compare to the time that company employees dedicated to their conflict mineral program? Generally speaking, the more a company dedicated corporate time to its conflict mineral program, the more it also spent on its IT project. 82% of companies filed a conflict minerals report in addition to a Form SD. 1% of companies determined that an independent private sector audit of the conflict mineral report was required for calendar year 2013. This is of course so low, as an IPSA is only triggered in the temporary period when one or more of the smelters or refiners identified to contribute to a product category was confirmed to source conflict minerals from a covered country that benefited an armed group. The extrapolated total for the IPSA cost item was $650,000 for the entire population of issuers in fiscal year 2014.